Hey, how you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Hilton's Place. Hey, everybody, how you doing? Welcome back to Hilton's Place. Well, I tell it to you straight. I tell it to you in your face, and I don't articulate. Uh, let's see. Well, first of all, happy MLK Day. Happy Martin Luther King Day. His birthday was on Friday, and everything. He would have been 92 years old today. That's you know, come to think of it, you never think, somebody would be that old, 92 years. Man, that's fun. But anyway, I wanted to talk to you. I'm pretty sure you read in the title what it says. Uh, we got to start confronting. You know what I'm saying? We got to start confronting this shit and start trying to censor. You know, that's the biggest problem that we have nowadays. We try to censor everything. You know, I was looking at, what he was talking about. They trying to adjust things, adjust to social media. So you have people more than likely, to keep people safe online, which I think is a good effort. I think it's all right. You know what I'm saying? I think it's okay, but I think, they just go too far. I understand there are certain things that you shouldn't say, and there's certain things about speech you shouldn't say or whatever. But see, this is the problem. We sit up there and we quit the censor, but we don't confront it. We don't confront the situation. You know, you can sit up there and censor all you want to. Look at this whole thing. They started censoring QAnon conspiracy theorists and all these other motherfuckers, and where did they go? They went somewhere else. You know, it doesn't solve the problem. The problems that we have today in this world, in this country, they didn't just start, you know, and they keep showing up, keep popping up because, you know what I'm saying? We don't deal with the problem. We just sweep it under the rug. We try to let it die down, throw dirt over it. It's like a plant. You sit over there, you throw dirt over it. Try to keep it from sprouting up, but that weed gonna keep on sprouting up. You know what I'm saying? Until you actually pull it out from the roots. We don't do that. That's why you see we still dealing with racism, bigotry, and the things that we deal with nowadays because we don't confront them. What we do is we try to placate things, and that don't solve nothing. You know what I'm saying? You can sit up there, try to placate things all you want to. It's like putting a band-aid over a bullet wound. It doesn't solve it. You know what I'm saying? You're still bleeding. You still got the bullet sticking out of you. You know, you have to pull that bullet out, sew that wound up. It's a lot going on in this country right now, and I know I'm not the only one that noticed that shit. You know, all of us noticed it, and it keeps going on because you know what? We never confront the whole thing. We never sit there and actually go, you know what? We got to handle this shit. You know, it's just like that check engine light on your car. There's a lot of people riding around with the check engine light. Well, the car running good, ain't breaking down or nothing. Still got the check engine instead of trying to find out what's going on, you know what I'm saying, and get it fixed. Then all of a sudden your car don't work anymore. I mean, you have to really seriously think, people. We got all this stuff going on. It's been going on for years. And you got people who say, well, the only difference now is you got more people recording it. That's true. You got more people with cameras recording shit. Now, I give you that, but that still doesn't solve the situation. Where do we go? What do we do? How do we fix this shit? It seems like nobody ever asked that question. How do we fix this shit? We know what's going on. I mean, we see it every fucking day. You see stuff like police brutality, but we don't fix it. We don't do anything. You know what I'm saying? You sit up there, yeah, you get a lawsuit, or you get a settlement from the fucking city or whatever, but it doesn't solve the problem. And you got people who like it that way, like that the problems don't get solved and that we keep on going through the same shit. You know what? It was inevitable that something like what happened on Wednesday, when those cowards raided the fucking Capitol. That was inevitable. It's because you know what? In this is what we do. We sweep shit under the goddamn rug. We figure if we throw money on, nothing never gets fixed. You know what I'm saying? We know the problem. We've been knowing for years. But what are we doing to fix it? I mean, it's a bunch of bullshit. It's just like I said, we don't never fix the problem. We just placate the damn problem. There's too much of that shit going on. When you got people trying to solve the problem, what we need to do is open the dialogue. Because you know what? That's the best way to get this stuff done. Nobody sits there and they don't talk about things. You know what? They shouting at each other. That's all they know how to fucking do. Sit up there and shout at each other. They don't do anything. Never solve the fucking problem. It just stays dormant until it happens again. Then again. Then when you get people that's trying to fix it, you got somebody that's saying, well, you know what? It's somebody that comes up with excuses. I don't know about you. I'm tired of these damn excuses. I seriously am tired. I'm tired. I see so much of these goddamn excuses all the fucking time. Instead of trying to teach people how to deal with other people, no, we sit there, you know what, we're going to censor. Instead of confronting them, you censor them. See, that ain't the way you deal with it. Now, I commend the social media platforms out there, you know what I'm saying, for sitting up there pulling these people's fangs, you know what I'm saying? But it doesn't really solve the issue. It doesn't really solve the issue because all it does is it just sends it somewhere else. It's just like, I remember when I was growing up, I remember, when you had a kid, the teacher got tired of the kid and they didn't want to see him again next year. The kid didn't know nothing, didn't learn nothing. That teacher just didn't want to deal with that kid again the next year. So what they did was they pushed the kid up, push him up a grade. So that way the kid became somebody else's problem. And see, that's what it seems like we do nowadays, because we don't deal with the issues. We don't confront bullies. We don't confront these racists. We don't confront these bigots. We stop confronting them. We think that if we ignore the shit, it just go away. No, shit don't work like that, man. If you're going to ever solve a problem, you're going to ever get rid of a problem, you got to solve it. You can't sit up there and say, man, I'm just going to sit up here and let things die down. Let's throw a little money at it. You know, they have some money, they'll be okay. It's just like you look at police brutality and racial profiling. It's because we never confront it. We never sit up there and actually say, hey, there's a damn problem. Why is it that if you're not white, somehow you're a criminal? How is it that if you're not white, you're guilty until proven innocent? I mean, that shit goes on a lot these days. I mean, I've experienced where I got pulled over or something like that because, you know what, I must be doing something because I'm driving a nice car. My car look clean. I must be doing something because I mean, it's all kind of bullshit. And it's sad, man. And I know there's a lot of other people that went through it. It ain't just black people. It's anybody other than white. All of a sudden, you're a criminal. You did something wrong. And I'm telling you, it's bullshit. We don't never deal with the issue. We don't never talk it. We don't never talk it out. We don't never say anything. You know what we do? We sit up there, figure we can throw some money at it. You know, somebody get a settlement, or we start suing somebody. But it still didn't change nothing. It ain't changed shit. We still going through the same shit. And then that's why you got people like Trump, you know, and all these other racists who could sit up there and these conspiracy theorists who could play off of that, because we refuse to deal with the problems. We refuse to do it. We figure, you know what, let's throw a little money at it. That's gonna stop it. You know, let's stop them on media platforms. That's gonna stop it. It's not dealing with the issue. And you can censor people all you fucking want to. It still doesn't change shit. We're all dealing with the same shit we've been dealing with for days on end. We're still dealing with police brutality. We're still dealing with racism. We're still dealing with bigotry. We're still dealing with misogyny. We're still dealing with people being discriminated against because of their religion or their race, because we refuse to deal with the problems. We refuse to come up with solutions. Y'all, I mean, me, I'm the type of person, I don't believe in, you know, just putting off something. If it's a problem, I want to solve it. I don't like it to keep going on because you know what? It's unproductive. That's why you see this country in the situation it's in now, because what we've been doing is unproductive. You know what I'm saying? There has not, you know, we haven't moved an inch in 4 years. We haven't moved an inch. Not trying to solve the problems. People are trying to placate. And then what's even worse is when they come up with the excuses, the bullshit excuses, which I get tired of. You know, I get tired of bullshit excuses. I've always been like that. You know, either you're going to do something about it or you're not going to do something about it. Don't give me no fucking excuse. You understand what I'm saying? Deal with the shit. We tend to have a lot of problems when it comes to dealing with problems. You know, nobody's supplying answers. They supplying bullshit. That's all I've seen people do. Supply bullshit. If you think I'm kidding, guess what? Look at the answers that we get. when they talk about let's raise the minimum wage, right? Okay, first thing come out of somebody's mouth is, well, I don't think somebody flipping burgers should make some kid flipping burgers or something should make $15 an hour. Uh, 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 paramedic makes $15 an hour, and I'm like, well, do you understand? If the minimum wage goes up, then you understand that everybody else's wage goes up. I'm like this. We got to sit up there and people get out there and work to live. They don't live to work. You know what I'm saying? When you out there getting a job, you doing that so you can take care of yourself. So if a kid that's going to school, trying to build themselves up for something, or they trying to take care of their family or whatever, and they trying to do something for themselves and stuff, and they working, hell yeah, pay them $15 an hour. And I said this before about healthcare for all. Yeah, everybody should have healthcare. We wouldn't be going through this shit. We could solve the problems, but censoring people instead of confronting the actual issue doesn't do anything. It don't do shit. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't do shit, because all you're doing is you're sweeping the problem under the rug. You're pushing the problem off on somebody else. Confront the damn thing right then. Put an end to it. Confront it. I sit up there and I see all this stuff, and I've heard people talk about, on the news and stuff. We already heard all this shit about how they dropped a lot of accounts. They dropped Trump's account. They tightening guidelines and stuff on there, on social media outlets and shit like that. But it's not helping. It's not helping because it's not dealing with the issue. It's just putting a Band-Aid over a bullet wound. That's all it's doing. Like I said before, that's all it's doing. You know what I'm saying? You're not solving the problem. You understand what I'm saying? You're not solving it. All you're doing is you're just putting a patch over it, or you're sweeping it under the goddamn rug. And that's why shit don't get done. That's why people keep losing their fucking jobs. That's why people don't have nothing to fall back on. That's why we have homeless people in this fucking country, and we're supposed to be one of the richest countries on earth. So, nobody's been able to explain to me why we shouldn't do. And if they did, they gave you a bullshit excuse. And racism, bigotry, hatred in this country is counterproductive. I don't know if y'all noticed that, but it's counterproductive. You know why? It's counterproductive because nothing gets done, nothing gets fixed. So it's the same damn thing again. It may die down, but it comes back. You know what I'm saying? It may die down, it may come back. It's just like if you cut a weed. Unless you pull that sucker out by the roots, that weed gonna come back. And all this hatred in this country keeps coming back because we don't pull the weeds. We don't pull the weed out. We don't pull the root. You gotta pull the root of that shit out. You got people who that's what I call them. I call televangelists TV pimps. And all them pastors at mega churches, all they is pimps. That's all they is. They pimp their congregation out and sit up there and lie to them. That's all they do. They're just a bunch of pimps. And I say that to their damn face. I don't give a fuck how it is. You know, because the truth be told, I mean, they getting rich while their congregation getting poor, while their congregation suffering, while their congregation can't live their lives. And they use these people's faith as a means to hustle them, which is bullshit. But see, when you sit up there, you know, and I know I kind of got off topic. I know I was talking about, you know, we got to confront, not censor. It's because, you know what, when we confront it, when we bring it out, we confront it and we say, listen, okay, this is why we doing this. It's just like with these people with the anti-maskers. You know what I'm saying? We don't confront them. We'll sit up there and we'll record it and we'll put it up there to YouTube or whatever. We'll put it on social media. But do we ever confront it? Instead of saying, hey, look, you know what I'm saying? If you can't wear a mask, you can't come in this business. Because we will not sit up here and risk the lives of our customers because you don't want to follow a simple thing that may be inconvenient for you, but will save a lot of lives. See, that's how you have to put it towards people. It's like what I told somebody the other day. I said, I don't go to too many places. You know, does that mean I don't want to go? Yeah, I do want to go. But you know what? I always make a joke about it. I said, you know what? I don't go too many places because I don't feel like getting it. It's too many stupid people. And I ain't got no goddamn bail money. I can't afford that shit. And that's the truth. You know, it's funny, but it's truth. At the same time, you have to think, because there's too many stupid people want to, and they think they got more of a privilege to do things than you. You know, and you have to let them know, hey, guess what? Same privilege you got, same rights you got, I got. Okay? So don't violate my rights. Don't sit up there because you're going to look at me. You don't know nothing about me. And you ain't trying to know nothing. All you do is skin, or you look at some other shit that don't tell you too much about me. It doesn't tell you about my character. Don't tell you nothing about me. But you're going to judge me based on a preconceived notion. You know? No, I don't have time for that. And I done dealt with people. I deal with people when I have to deal with them. You know, I don't go out that much. Would I like to? Yes, I would. I would love to go out. But you know what? It's too much going on right now. We got to do certain things. And I look at another thing. You know, it's education. And I noticed that one of the first things when they always talk about budget cuts, I always notice it's always education. Education. Why? Why would they want to cut education? Make budget cuts to education. You know why? Because they love stupid people. And I'm going to tell you, honestly, that's the truth. They love stupid people. Because if you know what in the hell going on, you got some common sense. You can tell when somebody pulling some bullshit. It's like I always say, you know what? I ain't got to be a fireman to know when somebody blowing smoke up my ass. So when I'm telling you that shit, I'm telling you some real shit. A lot of these motherfuckers full of shit. When they sit up there and try to tell you that, hey, let's burn books. Why? Why do they want to burn books? Why do they want to keep you from learning anything? You know why? Because if you learn something, then I can't get up and get over on you. If you got some brain in your head, you got some common sense, I can't pull shit with you. But if you dumb as a motherfucker, I could do what in the hell I want to. You know, I know people look and they say, well, damn, you know, first off, to and see what type of motherfucker I am. Damn, you got a lot of sense. I say, yeah. Well, I try to learn. I try to keep on learning. I try to learn about things. I try to understand things. You know, and that's what you need in life. You got to try to understand things. I ain't saying make excuses for shit. I'm saying try to understand things. See, that's the difference. See, like I talk about racism and all this other shit. It's because I understand. What I mean by understand, it means it is like that. Understand why this person may think this way. Because when you talk that way, you end up thinking that way until something changes your mind. And see, shit doesn't change your mind. These people, like you see these people who raid the Capitol, they get arrested. They lose jobs, right? You know what I'm saying? It's not changing their minds. They still got the same racist fucking ideology that they do. They still got that bullshit in their head that Trump is somehow gonna save them. I done seen interviews with these fucking people. You know what I'm saying? And the whole point about it is that nobody confronts them about it. They sit up there and they say, well, you know what? I just let them be how they are. You know, you can't just let people be how they are when you know they're doing something wrong. You have to be able to confront them with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the way you thinking is fucked up. You got to confront them. You can't sit up there and be like, shut up and push them away. No, you have to confront them on it. Because that's the only way you get change is when you confront the issue, not censor it. That's why you see these conspiracy theorists running around here now. Because they feel just like this. They feel, you know what? You know, they go find somebody else that think the same fucking way, think the same fucked up thoughts, and they start hanging around that person. And then before long, there's a whole group of dumbass motherfuckers running around, and they thinking the same bullshit. I'm telling you, man, you know, you have to confront this shit. You have to tell them, you have to say, hey, listen, you know, you might not want to do this, but do you understand why we're doing this? Do you understand why? Oh, well, you're trying to do this. No, we're not. We're doing this because of this right here. This, or that. You know, and people will say, well, damn it. Let me tell you just like this. Okay? What you said is bullshit. You full of shit, and this is why you full of shit. See, that's how you do with people. I saw an article where they was talking about these conspiracy theorists. You know, they had people like sovereign citizens and all kind of shit. Not them Trump supporters, by the way. And they had this thing going. And I was like, you know, listening to these people, And I'm like, where in the hell did you get this from? You had people who were denying the Holocaust. You had people who were denying the Civil War or the reason for the Civil War. You had people denying all this shit. And it's like, what the fuck? And they coming up with all kind of stuff and all kind of conspiracies. And that's why, I always said it's always good to learn about history. We got to stop whitewashing every fucking thing, because all it does is it doesn't tell the whole story, and it fucks up everybody else. I mean, it fucks us all up. When we don't get the whole story, it fucks us all up. There have been too many fucking people that died over a fucking lie. There have been too many damn people that did that. And I saw that shit happen before, which is sad. It's sad when you see something like that fucking happen. Somebody got in trouble. They went to jail over a fucking lie. It's because, you know what? There's no accountability. Nobody's held, to pay for what the fuck they did. I mean, you got people who are basically, they will lie on somebody and they not held accountable for it. Yeah, now that is being exposed and that these people see that there's consequences. But you know what? Consequences, yeah, that helps. But it doesn't, if you can't get through somebody's head to understand what they did is wrong, the punishment don't fit the crime. Because that person gonna commit the same fucking crime. If you can't get them to understand what they did is wrong, that person gonna always have their mindset to where they're gonna keep on doing it because they feel that they're right. People gotta understand, it's just like anything. If you make a mistake, you know what I'm saying? If you see where you wrong at, where you messed up, then, you know what I'm saying, things get better. If you understand where you fucked up at, if you fucked up and you understand that you fucked up and you understand where you fucked up at, things get better. But if you don't, you're going to do the same shit. You're going to repeat shit. That's like but I heard this damn saying so many damn times. Those who don't learn from history are due to repeat it. Now I believe that's how you say shit, and that's true because people haven't learned, and we're repeating the same shit. If you look, that's why things haven't gotten better, because we refuse to confront them. We do the same thing. We're just going to block them out. We're going to block them out. We're going to ignore them. We're not going to, we're just going to ignore them. And how does that work out for you? It doesn't work out for you, because that's a way of not solving the problem. You know the problem is going on, but you pretty much saying, I don't want to solve it. I don't want to deal with it. But when you confront it, you deal with the fucking problem. Shit get taken care of. And, that's what you got to do. So you see all these platforms, and I'm like, man, you can censor them all you want to. You should have took that down. You should have confronted that issue from the jump when you knew what was going on. When you knew he was retweeting all these things and these conspiracy theories, when you knew it was conspiracy theorists and bullying and all this other stuff, You should have did something then. You should have confronted it. Censoring is not confronting it. What it's doing is pushing the problem somewhere else. It's sweeping the problem under the goddamn rug. You know, social media need to be a forum. It need to be a forum where everybody sit there and they can actually express their views. Now, I'm with you about bullying and all this other shit. No, you shouldn't bully nobody online. I'm with you on that. I'm with you. But what I'm saying is, instead of censoring it, what you do is you confront it. You confront it. You say, hey, listen. No. I've seen, them say, well, you know what? This goes against our guidelines. And the only time they do this is when you have enough people reporting it. All of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck you. All of a sudden it's gone. Yeah, because you have to understand this. Why does it take so long? The point is, it's about money. You have to understand, at the end of the day, it's about money. I don't care what anybody tell you, it's about fucking money. That's why they ain't did it. Because you know what? We want to keep on making money. They didn't do nothing until you got confronted. See, this is the whole thing. Until they got confronted with, hey, you need to ban this dude. You need to ban Trump. Because he causing all this fucking problems. Man, you need to do something about it. You need to do this. You need to do that. They didn't really do nothing until enough people complain. Then they say, he's banned for life. Oh, he's banned for life. Yeah, finally, you confront the issue instead of saying, hey, listen, you cannot be posting this stuff. Instead of regulating the shit from the jump, you sat up there and you let it go because it was all about money. You didn't care. Long as the money went in y'all account, you didn't fucking care. And that's straight. That's straight. And in your face. You didn't give a good goddamn. And that's true. A lot of people, if you want to understand about how this reporting thing does, when they report a comment or they report a post or they report something, they don't do nothing about it. These social media outlets don't do nothing about it until somebody actually report it. Then when they report it, before they get done, it have to be enough people reporting before they sit up there and say, okay, we're done with this person. You can't be on here anymore because that's all you post. And, yeah, kind of helps a little bit, but it don't solve the problem because that person gonna find another way to reach out and do this. See, what you have to do is you have to confront them on it. You have to say, hey, listen, man, it's just like me. I confront people. I don't like to be confrontational, but I'm a confrontational person if you put me in that situation. If you put me, I don't give a fuck who he is. I don't care who he is. I will sit up there and confront you. But the sad part about it is nobody confronts anybody. They sit up there and they look for temporary solutions. And that's why we don't get nowhere. Because everybody wants to look for temporary solutions to problems that we face every day. We got to start looking for some actual solutions around here, y'all. I mean, come on. What the fuck? We had all the things happen. When we look at these mass shootings, they happen because, you know what? Because people refuse to confront the problem. If you want to see why we have the problems, because people refuse to confront the problem. These damn fools overran the Capitol because people refuse to confront the problem. They refuse to confront it. And they would rather believe a lie than accept the goddamn truth. And that's straight up. That's being straight with you. They'd rather sit up there and believe a fucking lie than accept the goddamn truth. I've seen people. They come up with so many goddamn excuses about shit. But now one of them ever said, well, you know what? Why are we going through this? They don't ask questions. They don't say, hey, why the fuck are we going through this shit? You know, me, I try to ask questions. I'm like, man, I don't understand this. Why would you do something like that? Where's your mindset at? I'm gonna tell you something. I know where their mindset at. And you know how I know? It's easy. Because they'll tell you if you listen to them. See, it's all about power with these people. It's all about privilege. And all white people, all black people, all whatever. No, it's about privilege. It's about, I want to have the privilege over you. I want to have power over you. Something that I can hold over your head. You know, there have been people, you know what? Because you know what? I don't like you sitting out here walking down this street, so I'm going to call the police on you. I don't like you driving that car, so I'm going to call the police and I'm going to tell them I saw you doing something you wasn't doing. I'm going to go lie. No, nah, you can't call the police like that no more. I'm glad they started implementing stuff where, you know what I'm saying? Hey, and about police brutality, you know what? We need to deal with it. And I'll talk about that one later because I have a whole lot to say about that, especially the no-knock warrants and stuff like that, because I think, you know, our police departments could do a lot better than what the fuck they're doing. I think they can do a lot better. And, you know, honestly, they could. You know, all of us could do a lot better. We can do a lot better than what the fuck we doing now. Because we're not getting anywhere. And the reason why we're not getting anywhere is because, you know what? We're trying the same old shit. And it ain't doing, it ain't making them head forward. We're trying